Let's break the internet with episode 161 of Disney Jeopardy. As always, I am your host, Bryan Perri, and thank you so very much for joining me. If you didn't put the pieces together, I'll let you know now that Ralph Breaks the Internet has a big role in this game. It is one of your 5 categories that you'll be tested on. But what will join it? Let's find out by taking a look at the board and seeing what's in store. After Ralph, we'll go to a little Spring Awakening. No, it has nothing to do with the Broadway show. The third category you'll be playing, the late and iconic David Ogden Stiers. Your theme park category of the week is Disney World character dining. Nothing better than eating and then getting interrupted by your favorite Disney pals. Here's your Club DJ member category of the week. They chose April Fools. Who is the fool? After being the runner-up a week ago, April Fools finds redemption with 66% of the vote to pick up the win. You know what that sound means, and if you don't, hopefully you can read what's on your screen. It says it's time for the cupcake round, which is the easiest round of the game. But before we get started, I have to give you my Ralph Breaks the Internet score. I gave it an 89. Yeah, I thought it was great. Really, really good. Full review is on DisneyJeopardy.com. We begin with Ralph for 2. Ralph and Vanellope attempt to buy a steering wheel for Sugar Rush from this website. So they don't really know how the website works. They looked at eBay as a game rather than a site where you actually had to purchase things. So they end up accidentally bidding $27,001 for the steering wheel.
Hey kid, hop up here and see if you can tell where they keep their steering wheels.
Oh, there's a bunch of sports memorabilia and big baby clothes called lingerie.
Oh.
Go to the right, move right. Oh, there's a row with a bunch of old video game junk. Oh, there it is! There it is, I see!
All right, it's now time for Spring Awakening. This category is all about some of your favorite Disney characters asleep and then waking up. I don't know what that is. I don't wake up like that, but I'm sure some Disney character does. Here's your 200-pointer. Anna wakes up in her bed on this special occasion in Frozen. She doesn't realize it at first, but the correct answer is Coronation Day.
Who is it?
Still me, ma'am. The gates will open soon. Time to get ready.
Of course. Ready for what?
Your sister's coronation, ma'am?
My sister's coronation. It's Coronation Day!
Moving on now to one of the greatest voice actors in the history of Disney feature animation, David Ogden Stiers. The late actor voiced a number of our favorite Disney characters, some that you might not even realize. Let's see how well you know his career. Stiers voiced this character in Lilo and Stitch. The answer is Jumba.
So, tell me, my little one-eyed one, on what poor, pitiful, defenseless planet has my monstrosity been unleashed?
Let's go down to Florida for Disney World character dining's first clue. Meet Winnie the Pooh and friends at this Magic Kingdom staple. Little piece of advice, the next time you're at Magic Kingdom and you show up late, thus missing the parade, fear not, just head over to Crystal Palace, which is your correct answer here, and check out the Pooh-raid. That's right, yeah. Actually don't know if it's still a thing anymore, but Winnie and his friends used to march around celebrating Friendship Day, thus creating a Pooh-raid. All right, time for the final category of the first round. It is Who is the Fool? This was labeled April Fools on the Club DJ member poll. This category will focus on not your favorite villains, but the characters they are speaking to when they call someone a fool. Who is the fool? Let's see if you know. Yzma says, I'm not going to drop it, you fool. Who's the fool? At that very moment, she is not talking to her bodyguard or whatever he is, Kronk. No, she's talking to Cusco while she's a cat.
Don't drop it! I I'm not going to drop it, you fool. I'm going to drink it. And once I turn back into my beautiful self, I'm going to kill you.
Hopefully the cupcake round treated you well. Let's find out if you can keep the momentum going with the 400 pointers, beginning with Ralph Breaks the Internet. To try and make a quick $40,000, Ralph and Vanellope attempt to steal this from Slaughter Race. The good old Spamly gives them the opportunity to make $40,000 by swiping Shank's car.
Is $40,000 lucrative enough for you?
Whoa!
Oh, it's more than enough.
Well, I got a guy in Des Moines, Iowa, who will pay 40 grand for Shank's car from a game called Slaughter Race.
Here comes your second clue from the 400s. It's Spring Awakening. We see this Disney princess get to sleep in her bed for a total of 2 seconds before her alarm goes off, sending her back to work. Tiana is your correct answer. She gets to sleep for about 2 seconds. Here comes David Ogden Stiers for the second time. Despite auditioning for Lumiere, Stiers was given the role of this character in Beauty and the Beast. Well, you already learned that he voiced Jumba in Lilo and Stitch, but this character was a little more popular. The correct answer is Cogsworth.
I'm sure you know everything there is to know about the castle.
Oh, well, actually, yes, I do.
Now, technically, if you didn't say Cogsworth, you could have gotten the answer right if you said he was also the narrator. Yes, the famous voice you hear at the beginning of Beauty and the Beast. That was David as well.
Once upon a time, in a faraway land, a young prince lived in a shining castle.
Not the only Disney movie you voiced 2 characters in, though. We'll get to more of that in a little bit. Moving on, it's Disney World restaurants for 400. Dine inside the castle at this princess restaurant in Magic Kingdom. Well, the main princess restaurant found in the Magic Kingdom is inside Cinderella Castle. Thus, it's a Cinderella restaurant. The name is Cinderella's Royal Table. Oh, yes, technically you could have eaten at Be Our Guest, which is inside a castle and a princess movie, I guess. If you put that down. Yes. I don't know, guys. All right, here comes your final clue from the 400-point round. Who is the fool? Cruella says, "You'll be sorry, you fools. You idiots." She does call her henchmen Horace and Jasper fools at one point in the movie, but in this instance, when she says, "You idiots," she's actually talking to Roger and Anita.
You'll be sorry, you fools, you idiots!
All right, let's move on to Ralph Breaks the Internet for the 3rd time. This one's worth 600 points. This video game character explains what Wi-Fi is to Ralph and Vanellope. One of the most famous video game characters of all time. The correct answer is Sonic.
Whiffy? Or wifey? Well, it's either wiffle ball or an arranged marriage game.
It's actually pronounced Wi-Fi, Ralph.
Yeah, that's what I said.
And Wi-Fi is the internet, which is an online community where human beings go to shop and play games and socialize.
Here's Spring Awakening for 6. Peter Pan wakes Wendy up at the start of the film after he knocks this over. He knocks over a dresser/side table. Here comes David Ogden Stiers again. Not only did he voice Ratcliffe in Pocahontas, but this servant of the villain as well. Well, I just talked about how he provided 2 voices for Beauty and the Beast. He did it again with Pocahontas 4 years later. Of course, Ratcliffe was one of them, as I alluded to in the clue. Wiggins is the other.
Do you think we'll meet some savages?
If we do, we shall be sure to give them a proper English greeting.
Oh, gift baskets.
And he came so highly recommended.
We're more than halfway through the game, which means it's time for Disney World restaurants. Minnie and some other VIPs make their way through this restaurant on the edge of Echo Lake. The restaurant is found in Hollywood Studios, and it's got Hollywood in the name. The correct answer is Hollywood and Vine. Let's wrap up the 600s with Who is the Fool? Frollo says, "Silence, you old fool." Well, I had to include this one as well. He's talking to the Archdeacon. Why did I have to include it? Well, the Archdeacon is another character voiced by David Ogden Stiers.
You will not touch her. Don't worry. Minister Frollo learned years ago to respect the sanctity of the church.
Let's move on to the 800-point round where things get a little hotter. It's Ralph Breaks the Internet. While walking through eBay, we see someone bid $400 on a tortilla chip shaped like this celebrity. $400, well worth it. The correct answer is Beyonce.
Now who give me 350? Why here 350? Who give me 350? 50, 50, 50. Now who give me 350? 400. Going once, going twice, and sold. The tortilla chip shaped like international superstar Beyonce Knowles goes for 400.
Yay, so happy.
Here's Spring Awakening for 8. This famous Disney character woke up while Dinah the cat was asleep on her lap. Ah, poor Dinah the cat. Not quite the most famous cat in her own movie. That belongs to the Cheshire Cat. Correct answer here is Alice.
Alice, will you kindly pay attention and recite your lesson? How doth the little crocodile improve his shining tail and pour the waters of the... Alice, what are you talking about?
Let's give you the 800-pointer from David Ogden Stiers. Fenton Harcourt is a character Stiers voiced in this Disney film. How about we throw in an Atlantis clue for once?
You want to go on an expedition? Here, take a trolley to the Potomac and jump in.
Here's Disney World restaurants for the 4th time. You can meet this princess at Artist Point in Wilderness Lodge. That would be the original princess, Snow White. One clue left before the 1000s. It's Who is the Fool for 800. Ling says, "Boy, was I a fool in school for blank blank." Now, in this instance, I've already told you that Ling is the fool. He's referring to himself in this line. Fill in the blanks to get the answer right. Who is Ling? Well, Ling is a side character in Mulan, and this line is not just a line, but it's actually a lyric from Make a Man Out of You, one of my favorite Disney songs ever. What is the line? "Boy, was I a fool in school for cutting Jim."
Say goodbye to those who knew me. Boy, was I a fool in school for cutting Jim.
20 clues are down and 6 remain, including Final Jeopardy. But before we get there, you know what time it is. It is time for the most unnecessarily spotlight part of the game, the 1,000-point round. Hit it. All right, let's get this intense round started. Unfortunately, we have to say goodbye to Ralph Breaks the Internet. It was such a good movie. Here's its final clue. Before seeing them in their own games, the film opens with Ralph and Vanellope spending time in these 3 arcade games within Litwack's arcade. So obviously, Vanellope is from Sugar Rush. Ralph is from Fix-It Felix Jr. But at the start of Ralph Breaks the Internet, we see them in 3 different arcade games. What were those arcade games? Well, first, it's Tapper, of course, where they go and sip on some root beer. Next up, they enter the grid and race in Tron. We love that. And finally, they lay on a football field in Madden.
Watch this.
Home run! Here comes your final clue from Spring Awakening. Prince John kicks this sidekick in the face and wakes him up after the sidekick tickles his paws while he's sleeping. We're talking about Prince John from Robin Hood, who's just trying to catch up on some Z's, and Sir Hiss gets kicked in the face for tickling his paws. Here's your third clue of the 1000s. It's David Ogden Stiers. Stiers played J.W. Harper in this 1994 Disney film about a young man and his team of sled dogs. This is a live-action Disney film. The correct answer is Iron Will. One of the few VHSs I still have. Here comes your final Disney World restaurant clue. Each of Walt Disney World's monorail resorts include a character dining restaurant. Name all 3 dining locations. Well, the 3 monorail restaurants are the Grand Floridian, Polynesian, and my favorite, the Contemporary Resort. Of course, Contemporary is home to probably the most famous character dining in all of Disney. It's Chef Mickey's, but if you go over to Grand Floridian, you can dine at 1900 Park Fair, where you'll meet some characters. Finally, it's Ohana at Polynesian, home to Lilo and Stitch. Here's your final clue on the board before Final Jeopardy. It's who is the fool? Scar says, no fool, we're going to kill him. Which character in particular is Scar talking to you? How big of a Lion King fan are you? That's what we're about to find out. You needed to give me the name of the specific hyena that Scar was talking to, and the correct answer here is...
Is he sick?
No, fool, we're gonna kill him. And Simba, too.
Great idea! Who needs a king? No king, no king.
So there you go. 25 clues are down and 1 remains. Just so happens to be the one clue of the game that will ultimately determine how proud of yourself you will be for the next 7 days. It is Final Jeopardy time, which means it's time to spin that wheel. It's the Final Jeopardy wheel spin, which includes now 3 new movie additions. Elio is on there, Hoppers is on there, and so is Zootopia 2. Will it land on one of those? Let's find out. It will not. Hunchback of Notre Dame is your winner, which means for Final Jeopardy, we're going back to the Renaissance. Now, I have already done Hunchback in the past, so instead I will be doing the music of Hunchback of Notre Dame. So hopefully you remember the soundtrack. Make your wagers. And as a reminder, this Final Jeopardy is presented by DisneyJeopardy.com and the Bunny Eclipse shop, which is now home to this brand new shirt inspired by Ralph Breaks the Internet. It's for you Little Mermaid fans out there. If that shirt's not for you, maybe one of these is. How about Elizabeth and her family rocking 4 different Disney Jeopardy shirts? So cool. She told me that all 57,000 people at Epcot that day complimented them on their shirts. Her words, not mine. So if you want to be like Elizabeth and her cool family, head over to DisneyJeopardy.com, scoop up a shirt, or send a new cameo. Whether it's a birthday message or just a clip of me insulting your opponents in Disney Jeopardy, head over to Cameo to get it done. Here's your Final Jeopardy clue for episode 161. The second song that Clopin sings in Hunchback of Notre Dame. Good luck. And time is up. The character of Clopin is actually part of 3 different songs in the movie. Extra point if you can name all 3. The first song is the opening number. It's the Bells of Notre Dame. The third song is The Court of Miracles. And the second song, maybe most famous one that he sings, is Topsy Turvy.
Everything is topsy-turvy at the Feast of Fools.
And that does it for episode 161 of Disney Jeopardy. Thank you so very much for watching, and thank you for producing Bunny Eclipse. Bunny thanks all of you out there for voting in the Club DJ poll and for visiting DisneyJeopardy.com. She is thrilled. Look how thrilled she is. She's thrilled because Disney Jeopardy Pets is back. First up, we take a look at Simba there. Simba just turned 16 years old. So everyone say happy birthday to Simba. So many awesome DJ pets coming through my messages this week. There's Dakota out in San Diego. If you want to have your pet featured, like these beautiful dogs and cats, head over to my Instagram page and send me a DM. And now, Club DJ members, it's time to go vote in the poll. Last week, you voted in April Fool. What will follow this week? That decision is up to you. Now, you know the deal. If you like what you saw, do me a favor, subscribe and click that bell icon. Hello, bell. This way, you're notified every time we come out with brand new content. I've been your host, Bryan Perri. This has been your producer, Bunny Eclipse, and it's time to go give her a bone. You ready? Till next time.
Bye-bye.